People's Democratic Party in Kogi State as the party prepares to pick its candidate for the governorship election later this year. Some aspirants are accusing the party's presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, of trying to impose Senator Dino as the flag bearer. Stakeholders have threatened to work against the party in the governorship election if the national leadership of the party fails to ensure a level field during the primaries.
All right, let's bring in the man himself at the center of this crisis. Senator Dino joins us now in the studio. Good to have you in the studio tonight on News Night. Well, maybe we should start with your response to that. Group indeed re-echoing what the governor of Rivers State, Wike, said in his media chat today, that the PDP is trying to give you advantage over the others for the seat of for the ticket, for the governorship ticket in Kogi State.
Anyway, I want to start by saying, for me, it is politically undermining my personal personality to begin to say that Atiku Abubakar is trying to force me on Kogi people. That is completely undermining my political sagacity, my political maturity, and all that, because we have to keep Atiku completely out of this. I became a member of the House of Reps, where, did Atiku influence that? I've been elected twice to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Atiku didn't influence any primaries. But those who wants to call a dog a bad name in order to hang it will bring a lot of insinuations and all that. Atiku Abubakar is not interfering at all in the preparations to the primaries of the PDP in Kogi State. And those hired guns, definitely paid by Wike to address press conferences, just doing that for their pay. Yesterday, there was a massive rally by thousands of women, market women and youths in Kogi State who came out in their numbers to say that Dino is the only one who can salvage Kogi from the hands of Yaya Bello and the APC. That was a massive solidarity march yesterday. And it was televised, it's all over the social media, and they saw the people there. These are the voters in Kogi State. It is not some selected individuals who have commercialized their consciences that will determine who will be governor of Kogi State. The process is going correctly and rightly. No list has been changed. No thing has happened. The appeal is still even considering it. No list has even been, even before the list has been released. It's like already people complaining even before the whistle of the referee.
Well, we know the campaigns haven't actually started. Sorry to cut you there, and because we'll come back to your home state. But again, let's gravitate and ask the question. You were once a good friend of Wike, and you're still in the same political party. So what's gone wrong?
Anyway, what's the comedy by Wike this morning, because as far as I'm concerned, is if you watch that interview, you will see that intermittently throughout that interview, the journalists interviewing him were all laughing. So showing that it was, to them, it was comedy, because intermittently they were just laughing because the man was actually acting as if it was a comedy show. Let me start by saying that it is pathetic that Wike had that press briefing this morning, definitely with Rivers State taxpayers' money, and that has now become a routine, that anytime he wakes up, either in his living room or at the backyard of his apartment or house, he calls journalists and starts vituperations. But when I ran for governorship in 2019, Governor Wike was my biggest sponsor. Governor Wike was my biggest supporter, to the tunes of hundreds of thousands of dollars. He supported my primaries. He did not just support my primaries. Wike provided his private jet to drop me in Kogi, in Obajana airstrip, on the day of my primaries. And he was calling me every minute, to find out, where are we? Have we succeeded? So meaning that Wike saw something in me in 2019 when he supported me. He knew I was a gubernatorial material. He knew I was fit to be governor. Hence, his investment or support, as the case may be. So what now happened between 2019 and 2023?
That's the question.
That you are now saying that I'm not fit to be a governor. Somebody you have spent your money on, somebody you supported materially and otherwise, but suddenly because I'm not a bootlicker, suddenly because I refuse to participate in your very myopic and intellectually stagnant presidential ambition, you now see me, understand, as one not fit for governorship. You now start using foul languages on my person.
So this is about 2023 election?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
No, the fight between both of you is because of the last election?
Everyone in this country, including yourself, knows that once Wike does not entertain second opinion. And that is why you can see that even lawyers who are taking their evidence to court have been barricaded, violently destroying their materials. He abhors opposition. He cannot stand opposition. That's why he has even gone to court to try to stop opposition from participating in the election. That is why people are hired people will go to INEC and block and barricade INEC from others coming to lay their complaints or get their evidence or get certified true copies of what they are demanding for. That is typical some Wike for you. Yeah, and Nigerians, if you give me a minute, Nigerians should not also be fooled. Let me tell you this. Wike will come and tell you, anyway, he's not even getting that right. Apparently, he didn't go to a nursery school, so he has problem with his vowels. He calls it integrity. So that is integrity. Justice, equity, that is always clamoring. He doesn't possess 1% of it. When he will come and tell you he wants the southern presidency, that is why he's fighting. But that is a bogus lie. Wike wanted to be vice presidential candidate to Atiku. Wike called me 19 times in 2 hours when Atiku was going to mention his vice presidential candidate. Lobbying me with everything possible to influence Atiku to announce him as the vice president. I have witnesses. I even gave the phone to Senator Abdul Nengi, who spoke with him. He also lobbied him. I gave the phone to Senator Zamire. He also spoke to Senator Zamire. His people were calling me back to back. In fact, he got to the airport. He was in the airport for hours, just waiting for my call to say, Atiku have agreed for you to be the vice presidential candidate. So, at about 1 o'clock, I called him and I said, my brother, it no go happen, no. That was when he got annoyed and flew to. So, but
why did you let him down? The man who spent money in trading and
it is not about money. It is not about money. It's about, and I am not Atiku Abubakar. I cannot choose a vice presidential candidate for Atiku Abubakar.
But did you have that discussion with Atiku Abubakar while Nyesom Wike was trying to get you to influence his choice?
Responsible, reasonable Nigerian who is not under the influence of alcohol like Wike will suggest Wike as vice president. One day he will just be sitting down. Atiku will just come out with blood in his head as president.
Why not? I mean, having been minister, he was minister of education, he's governor.
That is not the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And even as governor, you can see, every Nigerian can see, is his attitude gubernatorial? Even the way he responded today, what is Wike's business with Kogi State? What is his political business with Kogi State? A man who is going to leave office in a matter of days is disturbing the entire country with an election that have nothing to do with him.
But don't you think the whole Wike scenario and situation actually cost the PDP the presidency at the end of the day?
No, I disagree. It is actually Wike's attitude and character that cost the PDP the presidency. Today, Peter Obi left our party because of Wike. Because Wike supported the Chris Uba side during the during the delegate Congress. And that was why he left the party. And I'm saying that, not only that, Wike said today, if the party picks Dino Melaye as their flag bearer, I will not support PDP in Kogi State. And I'm saying that, I don't want to distort this thought, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Be quick about that, so that we can come to Kogi State.
I will not support Dino as I will not support PDP in Kogi State. And he has never supported PDP. when Natasha ran this time around, he was supporting Yaya Bello's candidate against Natasha in the 2023 just concluded elections.
Now, speaking of Yaya Bello, let's come to the issue, because, I mean, you have to seize this opportunity to maybe also sell yourself. I mean, you're gunning for the governorship of Kogi State. Yaya Bello seems to have a strong stranglehold, if you like, on Kogi State. How do you think, I mean, what are your chances?
It is not true that Yaya Bello have any stronghold on Kogi State, because Yaya Bello was a sitting governor when I won my elections to the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He was a sitting governor. Buhari was the president of this country. And he did everything to stop me from winning. He did everything to stop the announcement. But I won, I got announced, and I was sworn in as a Senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from a state where Yaya Bello is the governor, because we demystified him. So what I'm saying in essence is that today there's a diabolical relationship between Yaya Bello and Nyesom Wike. And Nyesom Wike will definitely support Yaya Bello's candidate because they have a diabolical relationship.
So what are your chances with two political heavyweights coming against you? How can you get out of this?
I'm telling you, Suleiman, that Kogi is not Rivers. Wike have no powers, political powers to influence anything in Kogi State. And I'm telling you that it's getting it wrong. Wike sponsored Sandy Onu in Cross River, with vehicles, with money, with everything. Sandy Onu lost. Wike sponsored my friend and brother, Senator Albert Akpan, in Akwa Ibom, with everything. Akpan lost to PDP. Wike refused to support my brother Adeleke in Osun. Adeleke won. Wike supported vehemently 3 of the G5 members. The 3 of them lost their senatorial seats. Today, what is the value of Wike's support that he will now be saying that in Kogi he is going? He can be Oluwa Wike in Rivers, but he can never be Oluwa Wike in Kogi State.
What are your plans for Kogi State? Yes.
My plans for Kogi State is that, by the special grace of God, Kogi State is the only state that is a gateway to 12 states in this country. And our proximity with the Federal Capital Territory is a major plus to us. As I speak with you, I brought in some Ukrainians and Hungarians who did a research work to find, and I have a template already. There are 56 mineral resources beneath the earth's surface in Kogi State. Only 1 have been tapped. Only 1 have been tapped. In terms of commerce, in terms of hospitality, in terms of... Today, if you go to Dubai, you do marine cruise for 1 hour and pay 500 dirhams. The longest marine cruise is the one you have in Miami.
You plan
That's
to
2 hours, 2 hours plus. From Lokoja to Onitsha on the Atlantic Ocean is 8 hours cruise.
So you plan to replicate that in Kogi State?
Definitely, definitely.
In 30 seconds, Wike says it would not be right for opposition PDP to seek Senate presidency in the 10th Assembly. What are your thoughts on that?
That is the voice of an enemy.
Okay.
How can a PDP member say he's against the PDP? Understand? Having something that is good. That is typical Wike. But I have drawn a line and I've warned him in my press text today to be careful with Kogi State and wash his hands off Kogi State. He's always shouting and championing the issue of South, 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 South. Meanwhile, the chairmanship was in the South, South, and he removed Secondus, who was the chairman from the South. He removed him from office and he single-handedly brought in Ayu. Was he drunk when he brought Ayu, or did he think Ayu was from Abia? When he brought Ayu, because that time he brought Ayu, he knew that it would be wrong to have the chairman and the presidential candidate from the same place. He now brought a northerner with the hope that he will become the presidential candidate from the southern part of the country. When that failed, he now realized suddenly that the man he brought is a northerner, that he should leave. Meanwhile, they brought Ayu. That's why Ayu was a consensus candidate. That's why there was no election for the chairmanship position at the convention. That's why Ayu was a consensus candidate. So he's a deceptive character, and he is actually trending on my field. This field is trying to come into my own primary constituency.